get it in until I fall. Leave it up until I ball. Haters hate, paper I'll chase until the end. I'ma do me, get it in until I fall. Leave it up until I fall. Haters hate, paper I'll chase until the end. I'ma do me.
Gotta get it in, rain, sleet, or the snow. Out here statistics mean you left in the cold.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Two Tone Zone. I'm your host, Mr. Two Tone, along with my co-host, Mr. D Weezy Wee in the building. Say what up to the squad.
Two Tone. Two Tone.
Two Tone indeed, my guy.
Two
Two
Tones.
Hey, who are we? Two Tone.
Two Tone.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, I'm glad we're both in good energy, good spirits, man. We overcame a two loss situation here where it was a must win for us, man. We had back-to-back losses against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and against the Cincinnati Bengals, man. So we had to dig deep and find out how to win.
That loss versus the Bengals don't count. That we just beat ourselves. So
we shot ourselves in the foot. I mean,
you know what I mean? Don't count that.
Nah, man. An L's an L in this league, man. You know what I mean? We have to stack these wins now because an L's an L, especially when December, January comes around, man. We have to have these wins on our side.
Right.
Big facts.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I mean, let's just give a shout out real quick, man, to Desmond King, man. Immediately a factor for us. He was there. He was sound. He got burnt once or twice out there on defense, man. But it was his first game back, and he did his thing, man.
He's adjusting, yeah.
First game back.
Right?
Actually, I shouldn't say first game back. I should say first game with the Tennessee Titans after being traded from
adjusting.
The Chargers.
Yeah, he's just adjusting, man. All these cats, they all out here, man. Working, man. Shit, them receivers is paid to be receivers. You know what I mean? So it's like, just adjusting, man. You got to make, you got to get that camaraderie. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got to bring it all together for everybody.
That camaraderie for sure. Big facts.
Man.
Yeah, man. He did well, and then
I was trying to think of I couldn't think of the word. I got stuck at the L. I was like, calamari.
It's okay, man. Hey, sometimes
starving, B. I'm hungry for a win.
Sometimes that happens, man. Hey, when you're hungry, man, you're salivating at the mouth, man. You can't really think straight.
I gotta drink some water, man.
Yeah, do that. Get some water in your system, man. Hydration is the key, man, for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, brother. That was good, man. He had that fumble recovery. That fumble recovery for 6, man. I mean, honestly, that fumble recovery is why we won the game.
Speaking of that, it seems like every time a cornerback gets traded to a team, they score a touchdown in that game. It's like you see it, less times than it happens all the time. But I'm saying it's something when they get traded. It's like there's like a tip ball
for sure. I mean, that's just
the interception.
That's just the way. That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
You know what I mean? It's like they beef up that stat.
Right. Yo, shout out to Jeffrey Simmons, though, for forcing that fumble. Am I right? Big ups to Jeffrey Simmons.
Man, working hard. He does, the whole defense gets the credit. But like I said, that push, that really was what gets the credit, man.
Right,
you know
man.
What I mean?
That push was, man.
When you got guys that are angry they lost to the Bengals, it's over. You know what I mean?
So shout out to Daquan Jones, man, Harold Landry, Roberson, all those guys providing pressure, man, and to our leading tackler, Jayon Brown, man. Big shout out to Jayon Brown, man, leading the team right now with 65 tackles, dude. And Malcolm Butler, man, has some good sound plays as well, man. Some good game tackles, man. Textbook tackles that he had in the game that were sound for us, man. What do you think about Breon Anders, man, number 39?
Man, I told you, bro. He came off the practice squad, right?
Yep.
They put Butler from the practice squad.
Yep.
My man.
Out of Duke. Breon.
Hey, hidden gems, man. You know what I mean? That's what having them practice squads are all about, bro. Is hidden gems. We signed the long snapper off of Miami's practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anybody that could be on the practice squad for just being a long snapper? Like bro. You got to be really, really good. You know what I mean? Like that's just a hidden gem. You know what I mean? You must have done something really right to not only be a long snapper. A long snapper. You're only affecting the game probably 15% of the time, right? You
Right.
field goals, punts. That's it. You're not on the kickoff team. You know what I mean? You're not on the kick return team. You're just in there for punts and kicks, and that's if you're needed. You know what I mean? But
Do you remember when we were talking earlier? I was talking about the holder, or excuse me, the snapper, the holder, and the kicker. They have to be like triplets. They got to be all like connected on the same page. Like the synergy's got to be there. And I just hope that between Matt Overton and Matt Orzak, we can figure it out. Because right now it's the battle of the Matts. Who are we gonna use? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, speaking of that, just that Panthers game when the kicker kicked a 67-yard field goal.
Far right, wide right.
But he had the distance, though. Did you see
that? He did. He just didn't have the trajectory.
That what was scary is
right.
The evolution of the kicker is now like the evolution of the kicker is like it used to be that old school Vinatieri way, you know what I mean, back in the day. You know, that new school kicker is like, yo, I got some swag, what's good? You know what I mean? Like I'm getting points, you know what I mean? Like he's like, yo, I give buckets, bro. You know what I mean? You just see this evolution of the kicker starting to arise. But I've never seen anybody in a game try a 67 and then miss it. And not only that, the coach had enough, you know, trust in the kicker to be like, all right, just go out there and try it instead of doing like a Hail Mary or a trick play or something. You know what I mean? There's like, nah, we're gonna send our boy out there.
Well, it's a risk too that they were willing to take because you know you got the Saints, you got the Bucks, and then you have the Panthers. Like the Panthers are not really in this race right now when you really compare the Saints and the Bucks. So they have a little wiggle room to mess around with, and you know, hey, like the distance was there, it's just the trajectory just went far right, man. Like it was way off.
It's remarkable to see football like that now. Like it's like, you know, soon these guys are only gonna have to get to the 40-yard line and like, yeah, let's kick a field goal, and they're on their own 40. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just forget a punt. We're booting that mug. You know what I mean? So, but not to get off track though. Nah, man. You know, we went 1 for 1 on the field goals.
Yep.
Hey, do your job. That's it.
At first I was worried about our punter, man. I was worried about
he's hurt.
No, I'm talking about. So I know Brett Kearns probably gonna be out for another week or two from here. He's hurt. But I'm talking about the punter we just signed, man. I'm talking about the punter we just signed.
Yeah, what's wrong? Yeah, no, he did all right.
Ryan Allen. No, so at first his punts were a little off, and I was like, dang. I was like, we're missing Brett Kearns right about now. But then his punts started getting better as the game went on. But you know, hey, but can I ask you something?
Yeah.
We had the ball 7 times in the first half. Like, why were we punting so much? You know what I mean? Our defense was on the field 75 snaps, man. That's like that's ridiculous, brother. That's ridiculous.
The Bears have that. The Bears have a good defense. You know what I mean? Like
they have a good defense, man. But they also had a lot of weak spots, a lot of loopholes in their defense that were exposed. And we started off with the ball, which was good for us. But you know, we can't start off with Ryan Tannehill going 0 for 4. You know, before he has a connection, man.
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you know, their defensive coordinator, you know, he put his scheme in that first half, and you know, that first quarter especially, man. You know, he put that scheme in, and you know, it kind of looked like, you know, we couldn't really get anything going. You know what I mean? It was just like it was all slow. It was just like everything was a slow motion. Like it's like, okay, you know, 1-2 yards, chippy. Yeah, you know what I mean? It was all slow motion. You know what I mean? Like my boy saying, "Hey man, everything's slow motion, man."
Slow motion,
you know what I mean? Everything's slow motion, man.
On time back.
You know man. Yeah, man.
Yeah. You know what? We essentially pulled out the dub, man. Like I was saying, I have to say the X factor of this game, like in itself, because we won by exactly one score. You know, I had to give that to Desmond King for that fumble recovery. You know, taking it all the way to the crib. You know what I'm saying? That was the difference. Crazy. That's what separated us, man. But but you know what I noticed though, D-Weez? I noticed that the defense was having fun out there. Like they were having fun. They were playing with pride.
Yeah.
And as Kevin Byard and Jeff Simmons were saying, they were playing with swag. You know what I'm saying? They were playing with that swag.
Yeah. You know why? Because they had to hit no big old running backs.
Hey, the running game, dude. What do we hold them to? Our defense like 52 yards. And then Montgomery goes out with a concussion.
Yeah.
And then they bring in Ryan Nall, who is he? He scores his first touchdown ever.
Yeah. You know that wasn't you ain't got to get that pounding, man. You ain't got to worry about that. You keep pounding and pounding. Right. They're like, yeah, let's get pressure, man.
Ooh, but hey, talk about that pounding though. Just having a short week, man. Now we got to go play the number 1 defense in the NFL right now. talk about guys who hit. You know what I mean? Talk about that.
Hey man, listen to me, man. The Colts, their defense it looks like they was building this defense, and this year is their year to be a good defense, right? Like it seems like over the last couple of years, they really kind of stepped away from the offense. You know, they let what was the name? Teddy Brissett. What's his name? Teddy, the quarterback that was for the Saints. Jacoby Brissett. So you know they got Jacoby Brissett back there. It looked like they really wasn't investing. You know, Ty, he's getting up there. You know, I mean, Pascal's out there doing his thing with Phillip Rivers, but you know that's because they probably were working on the summer together. You know what I mean? Like they probably already got that feel. But you know, it seems like they shifted a lot of focus on the defense, and this defense is just showing out right now. But to that, you know, if they would have been playing anybody else besides the Titans on Sunday, you know, they had a good chance to be in the game because they lost because Phillip Rivers, when like you said, when we got that touchdown by King, the Ravens got a touchdown. I forgot what corner picked it up and ran it in. Right. That's what switched up the whole game too. Mm-hmm. Like the Ravens were the underdogs for that game, which is crazy. And not only that,
you're talking about when Jonathan Taylor fumbled, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So with Jonathan Taylor, they got the touchdown back. That changed the whole game, right? And then Lamar Jackson just picked him apart with his feet. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, okay, I understand that they got a good defense, but I'm faster than everybody out here. You know what I mean? And he turned to his game. The Colts, I mean, hey, it was a good game until, like I said, until the Colts let them get that touchdown, and after that, they had no energy. Like they could not.
Well, the Ravens held them to 10 points, man, and you know, and that's who we have the following week. You know, what I'm saying we got was it November 22nd, Sunday, November 22nd. We have we got to go to Baltimore. We got to play the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, man, you know, any given Sunday, my brother, any given Sunday, especially when it's a divisional matchup, you know what I mean? Like, especially with us, like, not to say that the Ravens and the Colts were a divisional matchup because they weren't, but I'm talking about this Thursday for us is a divisional matchup. And we can't take anything lightly. Like right now, we're a game ahead in the South. But at the same time, man, you know, we're midway through the season. They just came off a devastating loss. Like they're going to be trying to come in and punch us straight in the mouth. And so Tannehill, Corey Davis, A.J. Brown, you know, they got to be on point with each other. You feel me? To get that timing and that, you know, passing the ball to where the man's supposed to be, not where he's at. You know what I mean? And our receivers got to go get the damn ball. Excuse my French. But we got to go get the ball. You know, Ryan's putting the ball out there. We can't just play like it's just going to come to us. We got to go out there and get it. You know?
We got big enough receivers to handle.
Yeah, we need Adam Humphries back, man. We need our slot. We need our slot.
Third down. There's not enough attention. Yeah, dude. When all the attention's on. Shout out to that boy Humphries too, man. We had a speedy recovery. Hopefully his head's not. You know what I mean? Hopefully that concussion's not too prolonging. But hey, man, that was a real hit he took, man. Shout out to him getting up.
Sure.
Salute that guy, man. He got up, you know, a couple weeks ago, whatever. You know, this has happened a couple weeks ago. But hey, man, he took that hit and got up. Yo, there's some dudes who won't even attempt to get up. You know what I mean?
We thought
that's how bad those hits are.
We thought he was dead, bro. He looked lifeless, man. So I started praying. I was like, you know, I hope he gets up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
praying for that man's family, man. So he got up and, you know, and if I'm the coaching staff, you know, and I'm the doctors, I'm having him sit out another week, and I wouldn't bring him back until the Baltimore game. You know what I mean? Just to make sure he's safe, make sure his mind frame is safe, and So before we dive really into this pregame breakdown of the Colts versus Titans, man, let's make sure we talk about some injuries, man, that could potentially hurt us.
Well, Clowney's hurt for sure.
Yeah, Clowney with the meniscus is still questionable. They haven't ruled him out yet for Thursday, and they haven't said that he needed surgery just quite yet.
He's going to need surgery on him. If you want to recover from that, you're going to need surgery on him.
Hey, I'm just, fingers crossed, hoping the best. We just got to pray and just, keep that same next man up mentality. But so we had Roger Saffold go down.
We got to get Vic Beasley back now.
Let's not go there. Hey, man. Hey,
call him back.
We're not looking. I'm
not going to call him. You call him. All right, Vic. All right, yeah. Come on back, bro.
Nah, man. I think he was a cancer to the locker room, man. You know what I'm saying? I think I think it was that. Actually, I don't think he was a bad teammate. I just think his, you're going to get whatever you put into this world, you're going to get out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he was only putting in just enough just to get by, and he really wasn't bought into the process, into the Titans, to the coaching staff, and just to the whole entire organization.
Well,
I'm not going back to him.
He
Heck
was
no.
essentially he was the star of the team in Atlanta, and then when it's like it's that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't really not live that down after you've already been that high, right? Like, that's why people always have a hard time transitioning from being famous to not being famous, because like they're used to this, and then when they don't get it, it's like, well, what's wrong? And then you kind of start questioning yourself and go self-consciously about like, damn, like, why am I
but that also goes into why you play the game. So you, like, essentially you should play the game because you love it, but then you should play to win it, and then you should play to win a Super Bowl. You want to win a championship. Like in the NFL, I don't think it's healthy just to go through the motions, just to collect the check and be a part of a team. You know what I'm saying? Collect the check. Like, I feel like when these guys love the game and they're willing to put themselves, out of the equation and leave their pride, outside, and they just play football and the guys just love it. That's what I like. That's what I like to see. And if that was the case, we don't want him on our football team, my dude. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you something. Why don't our receivers wear red gloves?
Why don't they?
Yeah. Just thinking like, I don't know. I just feel like with the red gloves, like Tannehill can, like, what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, I wear the red because the whole defense be on that red. The defense, man, they got the red sleeves, red gloves, all that. They ready. But the offense, they're really not red coordinated. They're just like, yeah, whatever. But having that red, man, that's special, man. That's that Tennessee red, man.
Well, Tannehill's at 19 touchdowns right now, and I'm cool with that. He's almost got 2,000 passing yards. So
almost 2,000.
AJ Brown's balling out. He had another 100-yard game. 4
receptions for 101 yards.
The guy that killed us, man, was Corey Davis, man. He had like balls that he should have caught. There was multiple, and on that touchdown to Jonnu, the 2-yard touchdown pass to Jonnu, Corey was wide open. But I like Tannehill's decision to go with Jonnu. He just gave you a big play. He caught the ball, gave you some really good yardage after the catch, and it was only right to go to Jonnu. Corey Davis was wide open as well, but hey, you were dropping balls, my man. So, I agree with that, but Tannehill can't go 10 for 21 in this game, and the receivers are a big part of that. Huge part of that. Being that we didn't have any rushing touchdowns, man. Derrick Henry and his associates, you got Deontay Foreman and Jeremy McNichols. They got to step it up too, man. But this Colts defense is even stingier. Even stingier with the run. They're only giving up 83 yards, 83.6 yards rushing.
Oh, them boys, them boys come out to hit, man. If you watch them play, man, it's like they build up their defense for, like, finally this year is the year that their defense is like solid. You know what I mean?
Big facts, man. But hey, let's kind of switch gears here and pivot a little bit, man. Let's celebrate and to be appreciative of this win, man. But one thing I believe in, and Mike Vrabel said earlier today in his press conference, man, he was like, the next game is bigger than the one before. So, we have to focus on this divisional matchup, man. So let's pivot, give a shout out to our Titans, man. If you ain't a Titans fan, whatever, we're just going to tell the ops to tighten up every single time. But shout out to our boys for holding strong. Welcome Desmond King, our new guys, Breon Anders, I think it was Tierra Tart. Shout out to all the new guys we got on the team, and Roberson doing his thing, and Harold Landry, Jeffrey Simmons, Jayon Brown. Thank you for your performance, and you're the reason why we won this game, man. So let's quick pivot over to Thursday's game against the Colts. It's a home game, which is good, right?
No, Thursday night, man. That's
it's a home game for us.
I'm predicting this is going to be a high scoring game. Like,
you think so?
Oh yeah, like Tennessee on Thursday nights, high scoring.
I was kind of thinking,
Derrick Henry will have have a 50-plus Thursday night football with Tennessee. It used to be when we played the Jaguars on Thursday. You remember that?
Yeah.
That's when like it was like the all light blue versus the all dirty brown. Dirty gold. I don't know what you call that color. Like what is that color? I don't know. But anyways, it's like Thursday nights, incredible when Tennessee plays on Thursday nights. I'm telling you, Derrick Henry always shows up on Thursday nights. So it's like he's like, I know I got the weekend off. Let me get this going. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I think being that the Colts are only giving up 20 points a game on defense, just in period. Their defense is solid, number one. I think it's going to be 23-20 Titans.
I think it's going to be like 35-24 or something like that. I mean, I think the Titans will score. I think after this win, they're like, bro, come on. Now come on, bro. Like, they're like, yo, we can do this. Like we know we're going to the bowl this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then I'm just like, this defense is not giving up too many points, man. Like that's where you want to be at. You want to hold teams under 20, and that's where they're at exactly, man. As a squad, their defense has got 20 sacks already, 11 interceptions, and I mean I'm talking about these sacks are coming from, the defensive line, coming from the linebackers, the corners, and the safeties. You know what I mean? Sacks and interceptions are coming from your linebackers, sneaky linebackers, really good linebackers. You got solid corners. And you got some ball hawking safeties. I don't know, man.
True.
Like I think we're gonna win, but I think it's gonna be a switch, man. So how we had two receiving touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns from Tannehill. I think it's gonna be 2 rushing this game.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be 2 rushing, and I think we miss a field goal, extra point, and I think we get a field goal.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that's going to be the score, 23-20. Just because, man, like this defense is so sound, man. Shout out to Matt Eberflus, man, their coordinator. Shout out to him, dude. He's got that defense like very disciplined, very well coached, and like just smart. And like they're just stacked. They're stacked on every level. It's hard to get past any wave of that defense.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
They're ball hawking. Their linebackers are, whether they're going Sam or Will, man, these guys are sneaky, bro. You know what I mean? They're sneaky guys, and then that front four, that defensive line, got some savages, my dude. You got Danico Autry. He's already got 5 sacks on the year. 5 sacks.
Well, you got one of the best corners too. You got Rhodes. You know what I mean? He already has 2 interceptions. You know what I mean?
Rhodes, yep, and then Rhodes has got interceptions, and then who else has got the interceptions? You got TJ Carey. I think Kenny Moore might have I think he has 2 interceptions. I think he took one all the way back, if I'm not mistaken. Pick 6, all the way back to the crib, man. They got some guys out there, man, and let's give a shout out to Darius Leonard, man. He's a good linebacker, dude. You know what I'm saying? Great linebacker. 51 tackles, 1 sack, and 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. Guys out there, he's active. Guys out there active. So we got to make sure, our offensive line is taking care of him, and make sure, we have some pass blocking in there, whether it's coming from the tight ends or blasting game or Derrick Henry. Hey, I got to say something real quick because it really bothers me. And, Derrick Henry, he's the king, King Henry. But, I got a little bit of criticism for Derrick Henry, my man. He misses a lot of blocks in the passing game. You notice that?
I wouldn't necessarily say he misses a lot of blocks. I would just say maybe he's just not that back as a pass blocker.
But you gotta have that though, because I mean that's hurting the offense, dude. Like I know it's a pass when Jeremy McNichols comes in the game and he's in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like he's like our best pass blocker when it comes to that running back position. You know what I'm saying? I just noticed that he misses quite a few blocks, and it adds that extra pressure on Tannehill. So we got to be sound there, but just kind of just maybe start looking at that and see if you can notice what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I wouldn't say call it missing blocks. I would say it's more like he's just not that. He's just not intact as being. He's more worried about being a runner than a blocker. If that makes sense.
Well, I get it for sure. No, absolutely, I get it, man.
And we should absolutely and the only reason why he's in there is to draw that decoy, right? Because he really loosens our receivers up, right? If we play at Tannehill play action, you got Henry, you're like, okay, we don't know what's about to happen,
right?
But no Henry, not as effective.
Let's not get it twisted, bro. He's still the number one leading rusher in the NFL, and it's all shout out to him. But just we gotta provide criticism sometimes. Like, can't just put this man high on the pedestal and just give him all the credit when he's doing good. Like, we gotta notice the things he's doing wrong, and I feel like that's hurting us, man. And that's got to be a part of your game where you have to take pride in that and be like, hey, I gotta make sure my quarterback's protected, make sure we get enough time to get this rock off. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can't have the pocket collapsing because of me. You know what I mean? Like, being like, have some internal thought and critique your own self. I mean, I know he recognizes it in film. So I hope the guys in the locker room are calling him out. Because if I was his teammate, if I was on the coaching staff, I'm definitely calling him out.
Well, I mean, we don't know. I mean, we honestly don't know what's going on in the locker room. Hopefully, it's everybody.
The locker room's fine.
I was like, hopefully everybody's on the same page. But I don't see cats overstepping their boundaries with Henry.
Like, you're my brother, right? You're my brother. So if I'm messing up, dude, I know you're gonna tell me, hey, you're messing up, and I'm man enough to take that and be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Let me kind of just look myself in the mirror to see if I'm lagging in that area, and vice versa. These guys, for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I think you're messing up, I'm gonna pull you to the side and tell you.
Right.
And if we're gonna be going to the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay this year, we got to be on the same page. So, we got to over communicate, and we got to be able to take criticism. And we should know how to accept criticism anyway, being that we're the underdog all the time on TV. Nobody gives us our credit. So we have to take that criticism, especially when it's coming from internal sources.
So let me ask you this: why do you think Corey Davis got 3 targets and no catches?
I feel like his mind just wasn't there, my man.
He was out of it.
He was out of it, dude. Like, I figured being he's a Chicago native, I figured he'd be trying to go hard against the Chicago Bears, and I just feel like he wasn't hungry enough for the ball to go get it. And one of his drops hit him right in the numbers. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, in all fairness, I mean, Tannehill only completed 10 passes.
10 of 21.
So in all fairness, it's not his fault because
he only had a couple overthrown balls though. Like, and AJ Brown dropped some balls too.
Well, he had 9 targets.
And he dropped some balls.
He only had 4 receptions. Yeah, but he had 100 yards.
Yeah, he was overthrown and he dropped some balls. Ferkster dropped some balls.
His longest pass was 40 yards. That's that explosiveness that we need when you can get on that 20. When you get that ball, and you can take it 40 yards. Oh, let's go.
Well, it's the awareness too. Like, he knew where he was at. He stretched out and was athletic, and the ball broke the plane right before that knee touched the ground, bro. So, like, that's just great awareness, man. The dude's an athlete. Like I said, when it's time to pay that man, we need to pay that man, AJ Brown. We got to pay him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So being that they have this stellar premier defense in Indiana, so what do you feel like offensively we should do as far as like being able to dissect this defense and how we attack it? Like, how are we going to approach this defense if you're Arthur Smith and Mike Vrabel?
Just pass. I would go out there just passing. I would save Henry for when that defense is tired. Don't wear Henry out before you wear that defense out. I would wear that defense out with the pass.
We had to establish both passing and running, but the only way to really establish that passing game was to run the ball. And I feel like we got to run Derrick Henry on first downs. Like, we have to run the ball, whether it's Derrick Henry, Deontay Foreman, Jeremy McNichols. We have to run the ball on first down. That's what opens up the passing game. And this once again, this stingy defense. So they're only giving 83.6 yards rushing, but they're only giving up 206.4 yards passing. So we got to be really strategic in our approach. And I feel like this is where Arthur Smith needs to be creative. running different sets, running some misdirections. You know what I mean? Really utilizing the RPOs. We have to switch it up quite a bit.
Point blank, we can't lose this game. I mean, we can't lose this game. Listen, if we lose this game, then the Colts will be 6-3, and we'll be 6-3. Right.
But we'll still have the lead in the AFC South because of our divisional record.
Well, yeah, because we're 2-0 in the division.
Well, we'll see. I'll have to take a look at that. I'll have to get back and take a look at that before I try to be definitive.
Well, no, we're 2-0 in the division. In the conference, we're 4-2. We haven't played an NFC team yet.
Yes, we have. We played the Vikings. But let's
you're right. We did play
let's continue to pound on our offensive approach. So
I was in week 7 for some reason.
You know.
All right. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah.
Continue to get AJ the ball. You know, we have to win the time of possession battle because once again we lost that this week. Like if you look at the stat sheet, you would say the Bears could have won this game. Or even should have won the game, you know, just in a lot of regards, man.
It's that third
a third down stop. The
third down stop came through, and then when we had that big 4th and 1 stop in the first quarter,
but they had more first downs than us. They had less penalties than us.
Yeah, we only had 11 first downs.
They had the ball more.
When you only complete 10 passes, you are going to only have 11 first downs. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, 1 + 1 = 2, but I'm just saying though that's still just because that
you say tomato, I say tomato. You know what I mean?
Right. So, hey, real quick though, I mean, so if our offense is going to do well, we have to make sure we keep, especially in the passing game, we have to make sure we give Tannehill that time before that pocket collapses because they're getting 2.5 sacks a game. The Colts are. So we got to make sure that man's upright. So that's a key point right there. Keep that man upright. Keep him on his feet. You know, Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? Sombrello, Jamil Douglas. You know, step up and make sure Tannehill gets that blasting game. You know, even if we got to run double tight end set. You know, Ferksker, Janu. You know, make sure these guys are out there just in there to protect because these guys are out there headhunting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think just a strong combination of run and pass. It needs to be there, and I love the fact that they're not giving this man Derrick Henry 35 touches a game. You know, we got to keep him fresh for December, January. I like it. Continue to use this 3-headed monster. Continue to use it.
Well, I will tell you this: the Colts are number 1 in interceptions in the league. So
they got 11.
So
they got 11.
You know, you want to go against the big dogs, take the big dogs down, man. You want to be the best, beat the best.
Well, that's why I say it's gonna be a low-scoring game, man. 23-20.
That always happens. Every time that some shit like excuse my language, every time something like this happens, everybody's like, "Oh, it's gonna be low-scoring." Like, bro, it's gonna be total opposite. The Vegas wants you to think that.
Well, before you just say I'm wrong, can I get my credit for last game's prediction? I predicted,
of course.
I predicted the Titans were going to win 24-17, and that was the score exactly. So
yeah,
I'm 1 for 1 in that regard.
It's documented. You already won. It's documented. Can't nobody say you changed it.
Hey, can't nobody take it from me.
It's in the YouTube database. They have a file for you. They're like, yeah, bring that up. Yeah, roll that.
Hey, roll it back.
Yeah, this is when Mr. Two-Tone predicted the score. Yeah, roll that out. yeah, roll it out. Roll it out, please. It's in the files, bro. You already won. You ain't got it. Hey, you already won. You won. But hey, good. Hey, you did it though. Hey, that's smart. I think I was off. I was kind of close to you, but you definitely had that 24-17 log.
Yeah, and I'm thinking 23-20, man. That's just what I'm thinking. And like I said, the only way we're gonna get there is if Gostkowski misses an extra point and makes a field goal. You know what I mean? So, and we can't put anything past this Colts defense, man. They could get extra punt blocks. They're good. They're good.
All we need is Rivers to hand us the ball. Rivers. Look, Rivers.
He's got 7 interceptions.
Listen, Rivers. Look, you're like, more porridge, please.
Right.
You know
please, sir. I would like some more.
Please, sir. More porridge, please, sir.
Oliver Twist looking dude.
Philip, just hand us the ball like that, please.
Yo, that man, Philip Rivers, dude, like 17th year in the league, I got to give him his credit, man. He knows how to cook up some comebacks, and he talks a lot of smack too. But his arm, this sidearm stuff, like it's like a noodle. He's got like an arm that's like a noodle.
It's crazy. I was gonna say that. I've never seen anybody like he like the Sean Marion of like quarterbacks.
But
like it's like, how is it getting there?
He knows how to be on, but the thing is, he's digressing.
But I saw him launch like a 40-yard ball, and I was like, "There's no way it's getting there."
And
it got there. Yeah,
and it got there.
He was like, he was pointing at the receiver. He's like, "You're supposed to go that way."
Right.
I was like, "Oh God!"
Hey,
that arm.
My prediction, dude. He's only got 10 throwing touchdowns and 7 interceptions, man.
He's only 67. He's only 67% of his passes too.
I mean,
he's only completing 70%.
It's not the worst, bro, and he's throwing for over 2,000. But my prediction is, being that they got to throw Jacoby Brissett in, for long balls to really take shots, to really get that ball out there, they have to bring him in. I think Jacoby Brissett's going to be the starter before the year's over. That's just my thought. That's my prediction.
I don't know if the defense carries them. If they're winning games, I don't see them doing a change. It already looks like Phillip Rivers has already had enough impact to where they're already at a better spot than they were last year with Jacoby. You see what I'm saying? They're already contenders for the playoffs right now, right? Like people already like, yo, number one defense. These guys are contenders.
They have a Super Bowl defense, but their offense is 18th in the NFL right now. So, their field goal kicker, Blankenship, 70 points right now, dude. Like he's their bread and butter. Their defense and their field goal kickers.
They're only 15 in points per game though. So they're putting up points. Either it's defense or offense. They're putting up points.
Their defense puts up points. They put up at least
that's what I'm saying. They're
points.
15th. Like regardless, you know what I mean? They're like, hey, either way. So,
but so all right. Well, then just to pivot to the running backs. So they also have a 3-headed monster. Okay, they also have a 3-headed monster in their backfield. They got Jonathan Taylor,
only
Jordan
416
Wilkins,
yards, only 278 yards, 222 yards. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. But then you have Hines getting 3 receiving touchdowns. He's a receiver out of the backfield.
Only 107 rushing yards.
Okay, but he's got 220 receiving. These guys, like their running game isn't terrible. You know what I mean? Jonathan Taylor's got 4 rushing touchdowns.
Well, are you referencing to running as in like just a running back when offense is out there, or are you referencing like rushing?
I'm talking about they have a 4-headed monster. So when they need runs and they need rushing yards, they're going to Jonathan Taylor. When they need rushing yards and receiving touchdowns, they're going to Hines. And then when they're like Jordan Wilkins is like their most sound running back that they have, like one-dimensional. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Wilkins. They got a monster back. They have a 3-headed monster. It's like it's very similar to ours.
Hines only has 3 receiving touchdowns.
Okay, but he's a running back though. He's got 1 rushing touchdown. I'm just saying, you have Jonathan Taylor with 4 rushing touchdowns. He gets it there, but then you can get receiving touchdowns with Hines.
That's a check down. He's a check down.
No, he catches the ball. He runs routes like a receiver. He can catch that long ball. He can take shots. Phillip Rivers can take shots with him. And he might go get it.
He has 28 receptions.
Hey, I'm just gonna say, go watch film again. Go watch film again.
Pascal has 24 receptions.
I'm not saying that he's a wide receiver. I'm saying he's a running back that can catch like a wide receiver.
I'm just saying there has to be a lot of check down receptions coming from Hines. That's all I'm saying.
He catches long balls as well. Just check film. There are a lot of check downs with him, and there are already.
That's all I was saying.
But there's also design plays. But he also can catch the ball deep, vertically.
He's hey, he can catch. Hey, Bobby, Bobby. Hey, dímelo, Bobby. Hey, he could chill. All I'm saying is that you know what I mean. There's Rivers is like okay. That's it. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, then let me pivot here. Let me add another rusher. Okay. Trey Burton, their tight end. He has 3 rushing touchdowns. So now technically they have a 4-headed monster in the rushing game.
No, he has 2 rushing touchdowns. He only has
Excuse me. He has 3 total. He has one passing, one receiving.
He only has 2 rushes, and that's for 3 yards.
Okay, but does it matter? We're not the best in the red zone. We're not the best in the red zone.
He's not a monster if he's only had 3 carries.
He's still getting 6.
It doesn't. Anybody would have got that 6. They're gonna put me or you in. We would have got the 6. Come on.
Knock it off, bro. Knock it off.
Let me slide in there.
That's a tight end. That's a tight end scoring you touchdowns.
No, it's not. He's only
Rushing
has 3 yards.
But there's still 6 points.
He has 2 carries for 3 yards.
So then are you going to take away Derrick Henry's 2-yard rushes? Just because
Derrick Henry's the leading rusher.
Okay, but what I'm saying is this man still gives your team a different element. He can rush the ball and give you 6 points in the red zone. That's another weapon.
DeMichael Harris is their fourth running back, and he has like 28 yards on the year, I think.
Okay, notice I didn't mention him. I'm just being real. Notice I didn't mention that man.
I'm just saying, if you want to talk, I'll tell you.
I was gonna mention Marlon Mack before I mentioned him. I was gonna talk about his Achilles.
Well, he only got 2
of a factor.
He has 2 rushes for 16 yards.
He's more of a factor than he is. This man can't even play right now.
Oh,
so let's not go there, man. Let's just stop. I
don't
want to be mean.
This guy.
My bad, Colts fans. If I
offended him.
If I jabbed you, my bad. If I
apologize.
Offensive foul on me.
Offensive on me. Yo, palm my back. Yo, palm my back, man. You heard?
Palm my back, son.
Yo, palm my back. You heard?
All right. So since we pivoted to the multidimensional Trey Burton being a rusher, a factor, and a tight end, let's talk about Mo Alley Cox, 6'5".
He's hurt.
3 touchdowns this year.
He's hurt.
Or excuse me, 2 touchdowns this year.
He's hurt.
He's hurt?
I don't know.
Is he hurt or injured?
I don't know. I'm just messing with you.
But knock it off because I didn't hear nothing about that. You know what I mean? Hey, so
that boy good though. I was like, that boy good, man. He's big, bro. He's big.
He's big, and his hands are kind of shaky though. I seen him kind of watching film. I seen him bobble a couple balls, but hey, that's because Philip Rivers is throwing it to you. You don't know what to expect. You know what I mean? So you got Trey Burton, who's a factor. He's at 122 yards receiving. Jack Doyle, he's got two.
Doyle rules. Doyle rules.
Right. So they got a pretty decent tight end core.
They got a strong
historically.
They got a strong field goal kicker. He's 17 of 19 on the year.
You talking about Rigoberto? What's his name? Rigoberto Sanchez?
That's their punter. Yeah.
Are you talking about their kicker? Or are you talking about Blankenship? Oh,
Blankenship,
Blankenship. Yeah. My bad.
He's 17 and 19. He's solid. He's putting points up.
But that's what I'm saying. Philip Rivers only has 10 throwing touchdowns this year.
Well, his longest field goal has been a 60-yarder. So you already know where. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, man. But he's missed 2, so he has the potential of missing something. And you say he's a rookie too, so hey. Maybe he can't handle the pressure.
Pressure.
Maybe he can't handle it or something. Who knows?
Pressure.
Hey, let's just hope for the best, though. Hope for the best, though, there. And just keep him on the field and contain their tight ends, contain, their multidimensional running backs. Let's talk about the receivers real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? So you mentioned Pascal. T.Y. Hilton's always been a problem for us.
Not this year.
No, well, he's not a problem. He's got 0 touchdowns this year, but I'm talking about just for us personally. He's been a problem for us in the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you say so.
I mean, he's got 22 catches, 251 yards, no touchdowns. I mean, he's not having the worst year. He's not having the best, but I think he's really been he's really been pushed down to the number 2 receiver at this point.
Longest reception, 28 yards.
Right. But hey, but you got Marcus Johnson. He's a factor out there. Michael Pittman factors. Paris Campbell, and then DeMichael Harris. Small guy. He's been activated for like 2 weeks now, man. They like to run some jet sweeps and reverses with that man. So he's a smaller guy, fast guy, super quick. So we can't let that man get the edge, get on the outside, because that could potentially turn into a big play.
Hey,
without a doubt.
You know what? They got the same. When it comes to the Hines out there and those smaller backs, we just gotta play them like how we did the Bears. You know what I mean? Gotta have our D ends, outside linebackers. Make sure you get that bump on them. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo.
So you want to play? So you want to play that cover one? You want to play that cover one?
Oh yeah, we're ready. Let's see. Let's see.
I loved how he went into some nickel and dime packages.
Yeah,
I love that.
Phillip Rivers could eat that up though.
But the thing is, that's why you got to run disguises out of that for real. You have to be creative defensively, man.
Phillip Rivers will eat that up. He's been doing it too long.
And shout out to Dean Pease, man, the guru. So creative out there on defense, man. So creative. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, definitely play man on these guys, and have some disguises on defense that would definitely be beneficial for us. And we need great play once again from our defensive linemen, because Indianapolis has got some big fellas, man, some big athletic guys that are good not only in the pass and rush blocking. They're sound in both of those categories. So we got to make sure we're doing our thing to penetrate that and to break that pocket down and really collapse that pocket, man, because this man Phillip Rivers runs like he's wearing 30-pound ankle weights on. You know what I mean? The man's definitely slow. He's not really a threat that way. So, but once he gets comfortable in the pocket, that man can have a field day on you.
Yep.
So make sure just we're collapsing that and and really making him throw that deep ball where he's not very accurate and the time is not really there. Make him throw that deep ball. Make him take risk, and we got to be there.
Yep. I heard that.
Big facts.
Big facts, baby. Big facts.
Mm-hmm. So let's just dive into to our defense real quick, man. What do you think are some keys for us? Some things we need to pay attention to.
First and foremost, hopefully the health of Clowney. Hopefully he gets healthy, man. He's definitely a big factor out there. But
hey, fingers crossed, man. Shout out to big prayers to Clowney and his family.
That meniscus ain't no joke, man. Yeah, man. Like I said earlier, man. Hopefully, if he has to get surgery, hopefully that surgery, and then because sometimes you get surgery and you can heal faster after it's already repaired instead of trying to heal on your own. But whatever's best for him. Right. Shout out, the corners. I'm looking for our corners to keep up in that cover one and shut off those underneath routes. Like, if we can put pressure on Rivers, he's going to be looking for those underneath, those crossing routes all day. Mm-hmm. If we can cut those off, if we can figure out a scheme to cut those off, I think we're going to have a really successful defensive game. Don't get me wrong, their running back's nasty. Dude is nice. You know what I mean? But, right. I think that, if we can get Rivers out of his comfort zone and have him acting like, he's like, it's not my fault, it's your fault. That's what we need.
Right. And I mean, and that's what that over communication is about. You know what I'm saying? Over communicating with your teammates, and continue with the onboarding process of Desmond King. Continue to get that man acclimated with the system. Continue to welcome him to this family. Because that's one thing he said. He said he knows that these teams, they are his team, and the guys in the locker room, man, like they approach it like family. And we got to just make sure we just make him a part of the family. Malcolm Butler needs to stay solid. Jeion Brown needs to stay solid. People are kind of down on Rashaan Evans right now, man, but I still got faith in that man. He's a young bull. He just needs to be tamed and be sound and get that experience. And, and then when he gets knocked down, make sure he gets right back up. He just needs to make mistakes, and he'll learn from them. And that's what's happening right now. He's definitely still a factor for this defense, and he's going to come up big for us in December and January. Big shout out to Rashaan Evans, and I got much faith in you, my man. Just make sure you put God first and your technique and your craft first, second, me, and then everything will be all right. Right. Hey, Breon Borders, keep that man on the field. 9 tackles last week, keep him on the field. Tierre Tart, hey, nice, humble, hungry dude. He's out here trying to prove himself in this league. Put him back out there. You know what I'm saying? Let him get out there and see what he really can do. Let him blow up that offensive line of Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying? And then just with our defense too, Indianapolis runs a lot of different sets, man. They like to run a lot of disguises, misdirections, and 3 tight end sets. We just got to make sure we're sound on those as well, making sure we're not biting, making sure we're sound. You know what I'm saying? And limit the dumb penalties. Amani Hooker, and then you have Jack Crawford. Jack Crawford with the roughing the passer, and then you have the personal foul on Amani Hooker. Those type of plays, fellas, we don't need. There's no time for that. You know what I mean? That's giving up big yardage and giving teams opportunities that they don't deserve. Like, we can't just be giving teams opportunities to beat us. So, clean it up, fellas. Clean it up. Once again, my prediction is 23-20. Mr. D. Weeds, what is your prediction for the game?
35-23.
35-23.
35-23. Derrick Henry will have a rush more than 50 yards, guaranteed.
Well, he's still leading the league right now, man. So continue.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen in the third quarter or the fourth quarter, and that's going to cement the victory.
Hey, man. Hey, any given Sunday, baby.
Facts. Any given Sunday. Let's go.
Hey, have you heard?
Tighten up.
Tighten up, baby. Hey, tell the ops to tighten up. Let's go.
Hey,
real quick,
though.
Have you heard anything about Michael Pruitt, man? This man got he got caught up in some a pretzel or he got caught up in some entanglement. What happened to that man? This man went out of the game. What happened to him? Is he okay?
I don't know, bro. I can't speak on that. Yeah, I can't speak on that, man. I'm a spectator of football, baby.
What about Adoree? Or will we see Adoree on Thursday?
Let that man come back when he's ready. If we hold him off until the playoffs.
Hey, look, Vrabel said this today, and it's been marinating and resonated with me a lot. He said, "When you love football, you find ways to do your job." Vrabel said that. So I'm gonna say that about Adoree. Unless you are seriously injured, either you do it for the love or you do it for something, man. Don't do it for self-preservation. Do it for the love and do it for your team. If you're not hurt, if you're not injured and you're just hurt, bro, come out and play.
All right.
Come out and play.
That man's good. Let that man come back when he's ready, man. Give us that boost when we need it. That undercover scheme. Let's go.
Hey, we need him now. We need him now tonight, and we need him more than ever.
You know what else we need?
What up?
We need that Titan two-tone quiz right now, man. Stop playing with me, bro.
I like it, man.
Stop playing with me, bro.
Well,
I got 5 of them for you. I got 5 of them for you.
Okay.
I got 5 on it.
Okay. Well, you know me, I'm always ready. I stay ready. You know what I mean? So let's go.
Tighten up. All right.
Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, baby. Let's go. Two-tone zone.
Which Titans quarterback, question 1, which Titans quarterback was named to the Pro Bowl despite throwing more interceptions than touchdowns? Marcus Mariota, George Blanda, Vince Young, or Steve McNair?
I'm going to go with Steve McNair.
Final answer. Vince Young, my guy.
Okay.
Rookie year.
Got you, man.
He got Rookie of the Year, and he was named to the AFC Pro Bowl.
Hey, let's start over. I'm just kidding.
He had 13 interceptions and 12 touchdowns that year.
Okay. All right. Next question.
All right, I'll give you an easy one there. All right, just because whatever. Who was the first Titans quarterback to throw a touchdown pass to himself?
Marcus Mariota.
I don't even got to give you the people, right?
Kansas City Chiefs playoff game. Hey, hold on real quick. Before we jump on to number 3. So I keep Mariota's jersey up here because that's the Music City Maestro. This man literally gave our franchise mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. We were struggling until that man came into our franchise, man. He had his woes, he had his ups and downs, but when the lights came on, that man had some big games for us. So I still rock with Mariota. Shout out to the Music City Maestro. We wish all the best for you in Las Vegas, my man.
Nothing but good. Nothing but blessings, man. All right, back to the quiz though, man. None of that sentimental stuff, man. None of that sentimental stuff, man.
Hey, hashtag protect Ocho.
Protect Ocho, baby. Hey. All right.
Right. Next question.
What year did the franchise win its first league championship?
What year?
First league, yeah. Well,
Oh, that was when they were in the AFC or AFC Central, so it'd be like 99, 2000.
No. We're talking about the Oilers. Go back to the Oilers. The
Oh, the
franchise
Oilers.
itself.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is
it's the whole
franchise.
franchise, right? Okay, what year did the franchise win its first league championship?
I'm gonna go with 67.
1960. Close.
Oh,
1960.
Man. So that was the first year that they became a franchise. It was in 1960.
They won 2 AFL championships, defeating the Chargers in 1960, 24-16, and and they beat them in 1961, 10-3.
Right. I need to get one of those Titans hats that say 1960 on them.
Right.
The Oilers, the old Oilers script hats for sure.
Which running back was known as the human bowling ball? Eddie George?
Oh, Earl Campbell.
Charlie. You said who?
Earl Campbell.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. I believe so. Yeah.
Charlie Tolar.
Charlie Tolar. Man, dude.
He was 5'6", 210 pounds.
Man, stocky fella, husky.
He was named to the AFL All-Star teams 3 years in a row, 61, 62, 63.
All right.
Which player won NFL Player of the Year in each of his first 3 seasons? Steve McNair, Warren Moon, Eddie George, or your boy Earl Campbell?
You said, read the question one more time.
Which player won NFL Offensive Player of the Year in each of his first 3 seasons?
Warren Moon.
Nope.
Who was it?
Your boy you just got last?
Earl Campbell? Man,
yes.
Dude, 1 for 5. Hey, bro, I'm fired, man. I'm fired.
1,700 yards per season when he first entered the league.
I'm gonna start studying. I'm about to just start studying the these trivial questions, man, because I hate to lose, and I feel like I shouldn't even be allowed to talk about the Titans if I can't even know the history, because you can't know where you're going unless you know where you came from, Mr. Two-Tone. And right now I'm failing. So, Mr. D-Ways, I need to get the study book so I can start studying. Give me the notes. So I can start studying.
All right. I'll give you one more easy one. Let me give you one more
That's
easy
cheating.
one.
Okay.
Let me give you one more easy one, all right?
All right,
last one. Who holds the franchise record for most interceptions?
Who are the options?
Chris Dishman,
mm-hmm.
our boy Samari Rolle,
mm-hmm.
Jim Norton, or my other boy, my boy used to be that good old safety boy, Michael
Blaine
Griffin.
Bishop. Griffin. I'm gonna go with Samari Rolle.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Samari.
I'll give you one more guess. That's a no.
Man, boy, oh boy. Let's go.
Jim Norton. His number 43 was retired because he had 45 interceptions.
Gosh.
Club record.
Okay. Man, we need our secondary to start watching Jim Morton film.
Hello.
Let's go. You know what I mean? Hey, we got Amani tied for 2, and then we got Malcolm Butler tied for 2 interceptions. We need more, though. We need more turnovers.
Exactly.
We need more. We need more than fumbles, guys. Let's go. You know what I mean? Well, hey, folks, that concludes the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Continue to tap in with us. We're always trying to give you the actual factual.
Tighten up.
If you guys have any questions, just hit us in the comments. Please share, like, and subscribe. We're a newer channel, so we're just trying to get out here and build our brand and make sure we're out here just communicating with the Titan Nation, guys. We're trying to develop a family. So thanks again, Mr. D. Wees, for your interpretation, for your breakdown, your analysis, and your predictions. We sure really appreciate you. I appreciate you, my brother. And that's signing off, Mr. Two-Tone, guys. So you guys make sure you guys always tighten up, and make sure you tell the ops to tighten up as well.
And we'll see you after the game on Sunday.
Thursday.
We'll see you. Well, hopefully we'll see you on Friday.
All right. That's big facts, folks. Y'all take it easy. Have a blessed night.
Be good.
Two-Tone Zone.
Blessings.
Blessed.
Get it in until I fall. Leave it up until I ball. Haters hate, papers I'll chase until the end. I'ma do me. Get it in until I fall. Leave it up until I ball. Haters hate, paper I'll chase until the end. I'ma do me.
Gotta get it in, rain, sleet, or the snow. Out here statistics mean you left in the cold.